Hi everybody! Today I'm gonna talk about snowboarding. I chose this topic because in the vacation I went snowboarding and I loved it. I felt really good and I really loved it. I wish I could stay there, but I can't obviously. So snowboarding is a really fun sport, and it all started in 1960s when an engineer named Sherman Poppin on Christmas Eve was making a toy for his daughter, but he didn't know what to do. So he decided to glue two skis together, and he wanted to do something nobody had, so he did that. And it was really fun. Everybody liked it. It was a great success. He started selling more of them, but there was one problem. Some people couldn't use them because they were too small or too big. But that wasn't such a big of a deal. He just made smaller ones and bigger ones. So it was a great success. He was really famous until 1995. A guy named Tom Sims decided to make a better snowboard. It was more modern, kind of like the ones we use today. Just that it's not as modern, but it's modern for that time. He made it out of wood, glue, and he made a design on it. He was also a great success, but he had the same problem as well, that some people couldn't ride it because they were too small or too big. But he just made smaller ones and bigger ones. I'm going to talk to you about the gear. The gear you need, it's really simple. You need some pants, some snow pants, fleece, and if you want, you can put other pants under it. You need a jacket, snow jacket, a shirt, long sleeve shirt, and a long sleeve fleece. You need long socks. And also, this is optional. You can use a beanie, and this isn't optional. You really need this because if not, you're gonna have a bad day. Gloves or mittens. Something you also need, I really recommend it, is chapstick. If you don't know what chapstick is, it's kind of like lipstick, but it's to cure your lips when they cut open because they're too cold. So yeah, and I don't know how it's called, but you can use some things to cover your ear because your ear also gets really cold. Shaun White is a really famous snowboarder. He created some boots, and that's something snowboard boots, and that's something you really need because you need those specially, because if not, you can't use normal boots to ride on a snowboard. So to put on snowboard boots, at first it could be a little bit hard. So I asked help from my dad. So to put the snowboard on, you have to put your foot on something that's called a binding. That's what ties your boot onto the snowboard. So it's kind of like a Velcro, just that there's a hole and you put it through the hole and you pump it like that and it ties. You have to learn. At first it could be a little bit hard to learn that too, but at the end it's really easy. Shaun White, let me tell you more about him. He's a really famous snowboarder. He's from Red Bull, and he's now in the Olympics. He's one of the most famous snowboarders, and especially at the time where snowboard was invented. Also, Tom Sims. He's the guy that invented the snowboard. He's actually really good at it too. Travis Rice is a guy. He lives in Alaska, and he goes in a helicopter, and the helicopter drops him off at the top of the mountain, and then he goes down. It's really scary. It looks really scary. But he knows how to do his stuff. Once he was going down a mountain, and behind him came an avalanche, and he got the avalanche came, and he was really hurt. He broke his leg and his arm. So now that you know everything, let me tell you how to go down a mountain. So to go up the mountain, you go on a chair. It's called the lift. You can go with your friends and everything, yeah, and your family. So when you get up, you just get off the chair, and to go down the mountain, you put pressure on both feet to do the heel edge, but not in all the parts of your feet. You have to put pressure on your heel. You have to learn that first. After that, you have to learn the toe edge, which is, it's really similar, just like you have to put pressure on your toes and you go the other way around like this. After you got that one's really scary. I got scared on that one because I thought I was gonna fall backwards. After that, you learn the C turn, which is a turn like a C, like that. So you put pressure on this foot, and you'll notice that you'll start to tilt like this. And when you tilt like this, like a C, you put more pressure on this one and you'll stop. After you learn that, you have to learn the S turn, which is basically the same thing but 2 in a row. And so you go, you put pressure in this foot, you tilt, and then you put pressure again on this foot and you stop, and then you put pressure again on this foot and you tilt and you stop, like that all the way down. And I feel so bad that there isn't snow in Costa Rica and I can't do it here, but I will go again one day. I felt really good and it was really fun when I did it. If the next time you go, if you do ski, I really recommend you do snowboard. You're gonna have a lot of fun. The first days you're gonna be like, oh, this is really hard and really boring. But after, you're gonna be like, this is so fun. That's what happened to me. And I didn't want to leave, but I have to. Thank you for listening to my presentation.